So everybody, Mike Lyons here. So we're going to do, continue on with the superset series. We're going to do meadow rows on the T-bar row. This way I'm going to do them basically sideways instead of front ways. So it's a little bit of a variation. Just because of the machine that I'm doing it on, instead of a landmine, which is the initial way John taught people how to do it, is with a landmine. And then we're going to go right into concentration curls. So this type of superset, you would do it at the end of your back day, moving into your biceps, so in your total pull day. So you're finishing off your back and moving into biceps. This would be the transition superset that I would use. So it's really getting that full stretch, full squeeze of with the metal row, and then moving into a concentration curl, just getting that blood flow in there and making sure you get full contraction of the bicep as we're kind of transitioning into other bicep exercises. So as you're going through your back day, biceps are going to be utilized. So there is, technically they are going to be warmed up, but I've seen too many people basically when they're doing a pull day, they go right to like a really, really heavy, like say a preacher or something like that. And then they just tearing their biceps apart. Or the next week they start complaining that they have tendonitis or like their brachial and everything's starting to scream and they're sore. Then they can't do biceps next week because they have no mobility because they're too sore. I always like to do that little transition between the two. So as you're transitioning from the back to the biceps, your first bicep exercises should be something that just kind of gets that blood flow, like changes basically the mindset of I'm totally killing my back to now I'm going full out on my biceps. So you get that kind of warm up feeder exercise and then dive head deep into your bicep training after that. But I find that if people transition right into like an easy bar curl or a preacher curl where it's so stiff and elongated and they just start wrenching on it, you're going to get into that spot where you're teetering on that injury, not injury line, and most people unfortunately tear something and they hurt themselves. So I'm more of a prevent injuries than cause injuries type person. So yeah, that would be the reason why I would do it that way. So basically, the way John usually show people is this way and bent over and doing this, but it was more beneficial. He did it with a landmine, he grabbed the weight in behind, but with this machine, you have no ability to do that. So I'm gonna do a variation. So I'm gonna change it this way, a little angle. So I'm changing my body almost like on a 45. So you're getting that full stretch, squeeze, full stretch, squeeze. Tips on this one is keep this stagnant, keep this stiff. So I'm not like shifting my weight or shifting on my feet. As soon as I'm here, everything's locked. So the only thing that is my shoulders dropping to get that full stretch, elbow drive up here, shoulder drop, elbow drive. So common mistakes are, again, people try to go too heavy and then you see them. They're having to use something to brace on. They're changing their foot stance because it's too heavy. They get mid-set and they're shifting their weight. On something like this, you can't go super heavy because if you do, your form's gonna break before you even get halfway through the set. So it's more on the feel than it is on just going super heavy. You gotta be really used to this exercise if you're gonna attempt to go heavy on this. So it's something you've done for weeks on end, then yeah, you can progress. Like I've used to do these all the time and I progressed to the point where I was doing a few plates. But it took me a long time to get there because you had to get used to that weight, right? So the line of pull, so I'm at a 45-degree angle this way from the bar. So the elbow stays nice and close to the body. So you're getting that full stretch. Like I feel a stretch right across my shoulder blade on that side and drive it up. So the whole like line of movement is all on, you want the stretch and the squeeze. So with this particular machine, I can't do it the way it was intended to do, so I have to transition my body. So I'm doing it at a 45-degree angle so I can keep my elbow nice and close to my body. There is another variation that you can come across and do it this way. That's more gonna hit upper back. So I'm doing it that I wanna stay with the lat, and I wanna stay with the kind of medial part of the back instead of transitioning to the upper. So this would be, like I said, at the tail end. So the emphasis of this pull day would more so be like an upper or a back width type day. Like you're doing everything like mid rows, like a mid row, and then a low to high row, plate loaded. This will be like your one arm row instead of a one arm double. You're doing a metal row. Then you would do like high pulls, but it would be like a narrow high pull. So everything with this day would be like either a narrow or like a mid kind of wide movement, and you're finishing off with this. So you would do this, go like 8 to 10 on each, because it's more of stretching and squeezing. And then you go both arms individually. Last one, like I said, is a concentrating dumbbell curl. So a lot of people would do it and they would kind of lean this way. As I mentioned, I don't want to put that much stress on there, so I'm just using my leg as, so I don't move my elbow. So it's just basically up, squeeze, control the way down. Up and squeeze, control the way down. Common mistakes are people just swing and they don't control the weight, and they're just using their knee to kind of help. Or a lot of ways I've seen is called dead weight curls. So they'll bring it up and they'll just drop it. So the whole point of a dead weight concentration curl is you bring it up, squeeze, slow on the way down, let it go, and you're picking up dead weight. But you got to control on the way down too. So when people hear this, they think, oh, great, I'm just gonna curl it up, drop. You got to control it both ways. So I just like doing good old ones, so you're never letting go of the weight. Keep that constant tension, and it's just getting that blood activation in the bicep as you transition into the heavier exercises later. Cable curls, preacher curls, barbell curls, whatever would have you, whatever you want to do. But transitioning from your back to this and then onward for the rest of your bicep workout is a great kind of transition. So give that a whirl the next time you guys are venturing into like a full pull day. This is your transition kind of superset. So give it a whirl.